As the cost of living continues to rise, many of us are wondering, will there be any relief? In a world where inflation seems to affect everything from groceries to healthcare, it's no surprise that many are eagerly waiting for news on new financial assistance. And the latest developments around a potential $1,500 fourth stimulus check have caught the attention of millions across the country. The good news? There's a growing movement in Washington, backed by the TSCL, the Senior Citizens League, which is pushing for a significant increase in the Social Security benefits that so many rely on. SSI, SSDI, and Veterans Affairs VA beneficiaries could stand to see some much-needed support as the government considers new aid packages designed to help with the financial pressures many are facing. But how real is this new $1,500 check? Could it really be available for all seniors, those on Social Security, and others who are counting on every penny? There's a lot of debate around this, and while Social Security checks and SSI benefits are already a lifeline for millions, the demand for more support has never been greater. In this video, we'll dive into the specifics of what the TSCL is advocating for and why they believe these checks could be the solution many seniors desperately need. More importantly, we'll examine what it means for you, whether you're already on Social Security, SSDI, SSI, or a veteran dependent on these benefits. This isn't just speculation. We're here to give you the real facts about the chances of these stimulus checks reaching your bank account and what changes might be on the horizon for your monthly payments. Stay tuned as we break down the latest news on stimulus checks and Social Security changes, showing you exactly what you need to know in this ever-changing landscape of government aid. Could this be the financial relief you've been waiting for? Let's find out together. As we dive deeper into the potential of a $1,500 fourth stimulus check for seniors, it's important to start with the current landscape of financial assistance in America. For many seniors, living on fixed incomes is a daily reality. Whether it's Social Security, SSI Supplemental Security Income, or SSDI Social Security Disability Insurance, these checks have become the foundation of financial stability for millions of older Americans. But as we all know, these benefits, while crucial, often don't stretch as far as they used to. Inflation has been a major factor, eroding the purchasing power of every dollar. Everyday expenses, including groceries, utilities, and healthcare, are constantly on the rise. For seniors on a fixed income, this is a tough reality to navigate. That's why the idea of a new $1,500 stimulus check is catching so much attention. It's a potential lifeline that could provide significant relief and help seniors keep up with the increasing cost of living. But what exactly does this mean? Let's take a look at the push for this new stimulus payment. The TSCL, or the Senior Citizens League, has been at the forefront of advocating for this type of financial relief for seniors. The organization's mission is to ensure that the needs and rights of seniors are met, especially in the face of rising costs. For years, TSCL has been actively pushing for increased Social Security benefits, arguing that the current system doesn't provide enough for seniors to live comfortably. The $1,500 stimulus check proposal is part of this broader effort to address these financial challenges. According to the TSCL, the pandemic and the resulting economic disruptions have highlighted just how vulnerable seniors are, particularly those who depend on Social Security benefits or other government assistance programs. While the government did provide stimulus checks during the pandemic, many argue that these payments were too small or too temporary to address the ongoing needs of seniors. In addition to the $1,500 check, the TSCL is also calling for adjustments to Social Security benefits, particularly in the form of COLA cost of living adjustments. Social Security recipients, many of whom rely on this income as their primary source of financial support, have seen their purchasing power decrease over time. The COLA adjustments, which are intended to help seniors keep up with inflation, have often been inadequate, especially in recent years when inflation has been running high. The TSCL argues that these adjustments need to be more substantial to ensure that seniors can maintain their standard of living. The potential for a $1,500 stimulus check is gaining traction because it directly addresses a critical need. It's a one-time payment that could provide a significant boost to seniors, helping them cover essential expenses like medications, healthcare premiums, property taxes, or even transportation costs. For many, it could be the difference between making ends meet or facing financial hardship. However, it's important to recognize that while the idea of a $1,500 check sounds promising, it's still not a guarantee. The U.S. government has faced significant financial challenges, especially in the aftermath of the pandemic. Stimulus packages have been passed before, but each time they've faced hurdles, including debates about how to fund them and concerns about increasing national debt. So while the call for this new stimulus check has support, especially from organizations like TSCL, it's still uncertain whether it will become a reality. Moreover, there are questions about how this payment would be distributed. Would it be for all seniors? Would it be means-tested, meaning only those with low incomes qualify? Or would it be extended to everyone who qualifies for Social Security, SSDI, or SSI benefits, regardless of their income? These are critical details that still need to be ironed out. For seniors who are already living on a tight budget, any extra support could go a long way. But how the government chooses to distribute this check will make a big difference in who benefits and to what extent. Let's also consider how this new stimulus check fits into the larger conversation about Social Security and other senior benefits. The reality is that for many seniors, Social Security payments alone aren't enough to live on comfortably. SSI is a program designed to help low-income individuals who are either elderly, blind, or disabled, but the payments are often too small to cover all expenses. For those on SSDI, the situation can be just as difficult. While these payments are crucial, they don't always keep up with the rising cost of living. In many cases, seniors are forced to choose between essentials like food, healthcare, and shelter. So, what could a $1,500 check mean in the context of all this? For many seniors, it could provide immediate relief, especially for those struggling to meet basic needs. In fact, it could help cover the costs of health insurance premiums, which have been rising steadily in recent years, as well as the rising costs of prescription medications. Seniors on a fixed income often find themselves choosing between paying for medicine or paying for food, and this stimulus check could help alleviate some of that pressure. But it's not just about immediate relief. The larger issue is the need for a long-term solution to support seniors. The $1,500 check could be seen as a temporary fix, but it does highlight the larger issue. Social Security benefits and other senior programs are not keeping up with the cost of living. This is why the push for increased COLA adjustments and other changes to the Social Security system is so important. Seniors need a system that is sustainable and reflective of the true cost of living, not just temporary payments that may or may not be available in the future. There's also the issue of healthcare costs, which are a major concern for seniors. As people age, their healthcare needs increase, and for many, Medicare doesn't cover all the expenses. Out-of-pocket costs for medications, doctor visits, and other healthcare services can be overwhelming. While the $1,500 stimulus check could help with these costs, it's not a permanent solution to the larger issue of healthcare affordability for seniors. Beyond financial relief, there's also the emotional and psychological toll that financial strain can take on seniors. For many older Americans, the fear of running out of money or being unable to afford basic needs is a constant source of stress. This stress can have serious health implications, affecting both mental and physical well-being. Providing financial relief through measures like the $1,500 stimulus check could help reduce some of this anxiety, offering seniors the peace of mind they deserve in their retirement years. So how likely is it that we'll see this $1,500 stimulus check come to fruition? As with any government initiative, there are many factors at play. The political climate is a big part of the equation. While some lawmakers support increasing Social Security benefits and providing additional financial relief for seniors, others are concerned about the cost and long-term implications. There's also the issue of funding. The U.S. government has already spent a considerable amount of money during the pandemic, and passing another stimulus package will require careful consideration of the national budget and deficit. Another factor to consider is the growing influence of senior advocacy groups like the TSCL. These organizations have been instrumental in bringing attention to the needs of seniors and pushing for policy changes. The more momentum these groups can build, the more likely it is that lawmakers will take action. However, the path to securing this stimulus check isn't guaranteed. There will likely be debates and discussions in Congress, and the final decision will depend on a variety of factors, including political support and funding availability. For now, the key is to stay informed. As we wait to see whether the $1,500 stimulus check becomes a reality, it's important to follow the developments closely. Advocacy groups like TSCL will continue to push for this kind of relief, and it's crucial that seniors voice their concerns and share their stories with lawmakers. If enough people speak out, there's a real chance that this stimulus check could become a reality. However, even if the check doesn't materialize, it's essential to keep advocating for long-term solutions that address the root causes of financial insecurity among seniors. In the meantime, seniors can take steps to ensure they're getting the most out of their benefits. Whether it's signing up for additional financial assistance programs, looking into Medicare savings programs, or working with local community organizations, there are resources available that can help ease the financial burden. It's also worth keeping an eye on other legislative changes that may impact Social Security and senior benefits, as these could provide important updates or relief in the future. While the $1,500 stimulus check is an exciting prospect, it's important to remember that the fight for fair treatment and adequate support for seniors is ongoing. Whether it's through direct payments, adjustments to Social Security benefits, or other forms of financial assistance, the goal should be to create a system that ensures seniors can live with dignity and without the constant fear of financial insecurity. In conclusion, the potential for a $1,500 stimulus check is an exciting development, but it's just one piece of the larger puzzle. The real solution lies in comprehensive reforms to the Social Security system, better healthcare coverage, and long-term financial support for seniors. Until that happens, it's crucial to continue advocating for change and ensuring that seniors have the resources they need to live comfortable and fulfilling lives. Stay informed, stay engaged, and together we can push for the changes that will make a real difference in the lives of America's seniors.